start the stream because I want to catch kind of generic conversation we have. But yeah, man, it's kind of weird, or not weird. It's kind of odd seeing somebody that's like been doing this at a certain level and having a conversation with them. This is like pretty cool. But no, how much different is Canada than America? I guess.
There's for sure a couple of things different, but like I think overall it's kind of the same for me. Like here in Cookville, it's really like where I'm born on the south of Quebec, so feels like home for me, and I like it a lot here.
Okay, that's awesome, man. That's yeah. And how does like that living situation work out when you come down to train with Rich and the team, and you have a home in Canada as well with your wife?
Yeah. So when I'm in Cookville, I'm living with Luke Parker.
Mm-hmm.
So we have like a little house here. And
see you back in the background.
Yeah. Someday.
Oh, my wife loves that guy.
Yeah. It's probably not the only one.
No, she's quite the very opposite. She was a huge Bachelor fan. Bachelorette fan, so
gotcha.
Although I would love to talk to him, my wife maybe not so much.
Luke is a nice guy.
I bet he is.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. He's not the guy that people saw on the show. He's a very nice human being. He's always there he wants to do everything for everyone. Like it's probably one of the best friend I had. So yeah.
That's good. Hopefully at some point we get to talk to him, Ken.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. I didn't know you guys already started.
Wait.
Oh, yeah.
Luke.
Oh, shit.
Come here.
Oh, where's Luke? That's awesome.
Come here, big brute.
I got you, bro.
Oh, shit. There he is.
Yo, Luke.
What's
you going to
up?
answer your DMs at some point, buddy?
Wait. All right, there you go.
I can kind of hear now.
All right, I'm going to need you to answer your DMs at some point. Because I'm starting to
All
look
right.
like a fan girl with the amount of DMs I've sent you. But welcome to the show, man. We would love to have you on at some point. So after we're done talking to Sam, if you got time after the games and whatnot, we'd love to have you on.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. Well,
you have to have your shirt off like half of the episode because that's the way you want to see. So yeah, you gotta get the ladies some candy,
some eye candy,
and we gotta make sure that mustache is nice and twirled.
Yeah, well, I will be shaving the mustache the night of the games. So.
Son of a...
What the fuck, me, man?
Come on.
That's your selling point, man. That's your whole selling point. You guys grow the mustaches out, and then like all the ladies are like, "Oh my god, this is so." He looks like a lumberjack. Like that's what everyone says about you. Like, "Oh, this guy looks like a lumberjack." Like Jesus.
I think we talked to Angelo a couple of weeks ago, and he was telling us about that's like your guys' competition mustaches. So
for sure,
we understand what you guys are doing, but we'll let you get back to whatever you're doing. We'll talk to Sam for a little bit, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you soon.
All right, well, good meeting y'all, boys.
You too, man.
Have a good one.
Enjoy. There you go.
So what's it like having a roommate that's not your wife?
Having a roommate like Luke, it's sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's hard, but like I'm guessing the same for him. Like I'm kind of the guy like I really like enjoying having like my alone time sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but Luke's probably like the best roommate I can ask for. He's surprisingly he's like super clean guy. So like
so he wipes the toilet seat after he misses.
No, yeah. So like if you go to the kitchen, like the kitchen is always clean and stuff like that. So it's fun to have a guy like Luke to live with.
That's a real common issue, I think, amongst roommates that aren't married couples. It's like when you walk in the kitchen, somebody just like threw their dishes in the dishwasher, put them in the sink, and just left them there for days. That was always my problem having roommates, but
yeah, not with Luke.
Well, man, welcome to the show. If you want, first thing I got to know, how do you pronounce your last name correctly?
Dude, yeah.
So in French, it's say Cournoyer. So if you want like a little trick for it, in English, you can say like the word like core, followed by no, and like yay. So like if you say those three words back to back, it sounds like almost like French way.
Cournoyer. Dude, I took French for 2 years, and I'm gonna butcher this, so I'm just gonna say Sam.
Cournoyer.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can fuck that up, Ken.
Just say it fast. If you say it fast, you're fine.
Cournoyer.
Cournoyer.
There we go. That's it.
There
I like
it
it.
is. So you guys were talking about being from Canada and everything. One of the questions I wanted to get to, and you can feel free to answer this however you want, or just not answer it at all.
All right.
I know that Canada has been kind of like the topic of like a different way of doing things the last couple of years. Being from Canada, does it make it easy? Do you think Canada's getting it right? I know like travel restrictions and like the farmers thing and the truckers thing went on. It was big stories. Being somebody from Canada, what do you think? What are your opinions?
So if we talk about COVID and stuff like that for the last 2 years, at the beginning I was kind of like I did agree with like the rules and everything. Like at some point nobody knows if it was like really dangerous or not. I know some people who has COVID and stuff like that really got it bad. The only thing I didn't really like about like this situation in Canada, it's like where you were seeing all the other country loosening up the rules a little bit, and we were still like shut down and like full quarantine stuff. That's where it kind of like pissed me off a little bit, especially last year because had to travel to come here and train for the 2021 game season, and like it was so hard to travel. So I just spent my whole summer here away from my family, so that was a rough moment. But yeah, so I guess it's sometimes they're doing great stuff, sometimes they're doing bad stuff, just like other country.
Yeah.
Overall, I like Canada. I like some stuff in Canada. Like I like some stuff here in the U.S.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
There's always kind of battles like that you have to not necessarily pick and choose, but I know that Canadians, for the most part, that I've seen or heard from, very patriotic people. But I feel like both the United States and Canada, as patriotic as you can get, and as much as you want good for everybody, there's some lines that just like have been blurred, and sometimes they've been crossed in the last couple of years. So it makes, especially for you guys, I don't know, did you guys see that Roman Krennikov thing? I saw it in a documentary or something on YouTube last night. It was like he traveled, I think it was some 8,000 or 10,000 miles in the last year.
Yeah.
To try to make it to his game. He missed the birth of his child.
Jesus.
All that from like COVID rules and whatnot, like going to Cookville, going to Asia, going back to different gyms. The dude has literally made it his life mission to be at the games this year.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand why. Like he's been qualifying for like what the last 3 years and
like high qualification.
Yeah, and never was able to go there. So yeah, it's a huge year for him. I'm excited to see what he's going to do as an individual. He was here with us in Cookville for a couple of weeks only. The guy's fit, but I'm just excited to see what he's going to do compared to.
I think he's going to get like a top 5. I think he'll be top 5. Pretty sure.
I go top 10.
I mean, here's the thing. Like the guy has been doing like really great in outside competition, like Dubai and stuff like that. But he never been on the games. Like so, technically, he's going to be like a rookie there. It's the first time he's going to be competing outside on the field and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of new stuff for him that he doesn't know how to deal with. So is he fit enough to make a top 5? I believe so. Is he going to make it? I'm not so sure.
So is
I would think if there's any eliminations or cuts this year,
it's only on Saturday.
He could fall in that. He could fall in that. But then again, he also seems like the kind of guy who, if he has any like baseline of mental toughness, telling yourself that you have traveled like nearly 10,000 miles this year and missed the birth of your kid, you can put up with some pain to beat some of those guys out. And we've seen some of the more, I don't want to say natural competitors, but like the top tenors for the last couple of years, they've made it under that cut line a couple of times just from a bad performance. So it's not unreasonable to think this guy can make top 10, if not close to the top 5.
For sure. Chandler, like it's kind of, I think it's kind of odd when you look at, okay, this person did well at semifinals and then they go to the games and they like completely bomb. I'm not saying Chandler specifically, but it's just a name that comes to mind. But like, how different is that? Because like the semifinal doesn't have everybody that's going to be at the games in that semifinal. So like, how do you transition from semifinal like games mode? Because I know you're going from individual last year to team now. Like, how different is that? Yeah,
I mean it's a super different weekend. Like semifinal, you're gonna do like what 2 workouts a day for 3 days. So the volume is not that high. The intensity is kind of different. You don't have the same stress level. There's so many stuff that can happen at the games that is not going to happen at a semifinal weekend because it's more like a regional-ish kind of weekend. So it's it's super different. And like if you look at some guy like Chandler last year, didn't make the cut. After day one, I think I was like 9 and 8 overall, and I didn't make that cut at the end of the fight, at the end of the weekend because I got sick from the lake and everything. So like those things that we cannot control, it's sometimes it just get in our way and it's getting harder to perform like we should.
You killed that first workout. That I think it was a pig flip and muscle up workout. You like killed that, man.
Boy, like he was playing football back in the day.
Yeah. I was like, holy crap, man. Was he like a lacrosse player or something?
Yeah, so I didn't have a bad day one. It's just like, things like that when I get sick from the lake and everything. Got a high IV in the morning before the game starts. It's those things I cannot control. It's frustrating because you're fit and better than, I don't know, like half of the guy there. But
yeah,
because of that, you cannot compete like you should and perform. It's hard, and but you have to get over it. And I'm probably sure like a guy like Chandler is going to get over it, and he'll be back next year.
Oh
Chandler likely won't have too much. This will probably be a good, quote unquote, good thing for him. More so, just mentally, something like a like disease. What would you call it from the lake last year? That's something that nobody can be prepared for. I don't think that you could drink enough electrolytes or bring it like a fucking like medic with you to make sure that you don't catch any venereal disease from a lake.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I wasn't the only one. Like, there was other people, and like I was talking with Emily Ruth, and she was in the same position of me, but lucky for her, like she made the last cut and was able to finish the weekend a little bit stronger. But I know her, and if she was more healthy, she would have done better than that. And it's just like you said, we don't control that kind of stuff, and
that's so far outside of the realm of control.
Yeah,
like that's almost the COVID thing. I kind of like, especially last year, I would have put that on that list too. Like that is so far out of the realm of your control. Like you can do all the proper things and the masks and whatnot, and still at the end of the weekend, like, hey, we went and got a coffee, and I sat in the car with other people I was just on the field with.
Yep, got COVID. Your weekends, yeah.
And then the one person sitting in the passenger seat was like, it's like being in a car accident and you're the only one that doesn't get affected, and you're like, what do I do here?
Yeah. Yeah, but everything, I really believe that things like that happen for a reason, and like in the future, I'm gonna get my chance.
Yeah.
So as a guy going from individual to team now, and not only team but one of the most renowned teams, what is it that you can carry over from individual to this team to help push this team farther?
Oh, yeah. For me, like as an individual, you mean?
Well, I mean, what from your individual like career, right?
Yeah.
Now moving into team this year, and whether you go back or forth, but what from being an individual can you bring to this team?
Honestly, with that kind of team, not that much, I would say.
Get out of here, man. Yeah, you do.
I mean, I'm teaming up with Rich Froning, the GOAT of the CrossFit, so he knows everything. He knows how to do shit. And Andrew and Taylor have been in the game for so long now. So I would say the only thing I probably bring to that team is like a little bit like a higher fitness level than Chase last year. Chase did super great at the games, but I think I'm better than Chase, and I might be able to pitch the pace on some workouts sometimes. But like overall, those three person in the team are just super fit and super good at it. So I was more the guy who learned a lot this year, and I'm gonna be able to bring that stuff back next year as an individual.
You're going back next year?
Oh yeah, I'll be back.
You heard it here. Mayhem's getting Independence is getting a rehaul.
No, I'll be back individual. I was doing it for only 1 year with Rich for his last year, and
was there something that?
Wait, what did you just say? Wait, I caught that. You said last year.
Rich has been teasing it's going to be his last year for a while now. We all know if you guys win, he'll probably be back. There's a possibility. If you lose or you don't take first, he'll definitely be back.
First, we're not going to lose. We're going to win. And
I believe in you guys.
We already did our picks. I don't know if you listened to other podcasts. We got you. All of us were like me, Steve, and Chase Ingram were like, yeah, you guys are at the top. And then
we did it with Angelo too.
Yeah,
we did it with Chico. We gave our 1, 2s, and 3s. I think you guys. There's just something about the longevity of like even in like high school sports. I think that's a great comparison in this aspect where there are some high schools that can put together a great team, but there are other high schools that just practice more, or their practices are just better, or they just have a coach that can get them in certain situations or get them to think differently.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you guys have.
Yeah.
You guys have not only obviously the greatest of all time, I think in most people's minds, right? But it's like it's almost clear as day. If anybody follows the Mayhem program, or even if you just look at it for a week, like, holy man, I don't know anybody who does the amount of volume. And I mean, I think I've heard through a couple of the YouTube videos, like we do these certain things in the morning, then something like you guys break it up by like metabolic conditioning rate, I think I've heard. And then you do it like 1 to 3 times a day. And then you guys do that choreographed through Monday through Friday and then through the weekend. I'm sure CrossFit athletes hit each one of their metabolic trainings, blah, blah, blah. Their coach gives them their thing. But you guys have somebody who has been writing elegant workouts for 11 years almost.
Like how?
Yep.
Elegant workouts, like the cream of the crop. Holy shit, I didn't know that was going to make me feel that way, and people were blown their fucking minds.
No,
so to do that often over that many days a week, it's hard to replicate that kind of work.
I remember doing it over like right before COVID started, like doing Mayhem Compete, and then doing it all the way through COVID. And that's when I realized what I needed to do to be like moderately fit. And it was like hell every day. I would wake up and I'd be like, oh fuck, dude, like everything hurts, or like, man, this again, like I don't want to do any more GHDs. Why are we doing so many? And like I appreciate it for what it was, but how was it going from like not Mayhem then to Mayhem? Like what was
so
it
like when I did start Mayhem, I'm not gonna lie, I have to scale the programming because it was too much. So back in the days when I was working with Dika Comp, with Michelle Latendra, she was doing great. She's a really nice coach. She's really good at programming, but I was never like in that much kind of volume. So when I started doing Mayhem, I had to scale down. I think I was doing only the AM session, to be honest, and I was skipping the PM session, not because I was trash, but because it was too much for me. And after I was say like 2-3 months, I was able to do the whole days and everything. And when I started coming here in COVID after that to train with the crew, this is where I saw that what I was doing on the programming, we were actually doing more in the barn. So I was like, holy cow. It took me a while to get my body used to it, but now it's just like, I've been inside of that for so long. You just find a way to do it, I would say, every day. And there's definitely no one outside of Mayhem who is outworking us. There's no way.
I gotta say, just obviously again from somebody outside looking in, I feel like there has to be an idea that when you're getting accepted, and I kind of want to go into this in a second, but like when you're getting accepted into that Mayhem crew, not just the guys that train at the barn or at the gym, but like even these young guys that are coming out and like homegrown from Cookeville. I don't want to say it's like a dynasty type deal of like that's what the pull is, but it looks like the community at Mayhem is second to none.
Yeah,
like there can be nobody better from a place that seems. I mean, they got it right from top to bottom. That gym is probably the greatest CrossFit gym that there will ever stand up. But then you have people homegrown through it, so it's like the draft picks are becoming the stars of the team, signing long-term contracts, staying with the team for less money type deal, and everybody's just turning it back over into the gym. Is that something that pulled you in to go there, or what was it that drove you to go to Mayhem or got you accepted there?
Yeah.
I mean, it's when I first came in at Mayhem, I was probably I think I was the first one actually, like outside of Mayhem, to come here and being invited to be like, hey, you want to come train with us at the barn and everything. Like back in the days, there was like Rich, Ale, Tasia, there was like just the little crew. Now we're like, I don't know, like 10, 12 games athlete there.
That's got to be the sweetest text message to ever get.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was excited.
Not even excited.
Shit out of some sleds.
Dude, I would shit my pants. I'd be like, oh fuck, now I got to do hard.
Dude, I would go try to wrangle one of those buffalo if it meant that I could get in that barn.
No, yeah. So I think I was kind of like one of the first, and now we're just a bunch of athletes here and train together. And one thing is really fun. It's we actually take care of us like we were family. It's sometimes the intensity get high in the barn, because we're all athletes and we all want to win. But at the end of the day, we remember that we're all had the same goal, and we're all good humans being. We're friends, so even if you beat me in the one workout today, it's not the end of the world. Good job. I'll beat you tomorrow, and that's it. It's we have a lot of respect for each other, and that's why I like it so much.
Why? But okay, so why? What made Mayhem more appealing to you than say Misfit or Comp?
Bro, we got a text from Rich Froning. What the fuck?
You think it was that? Was that it, Sam?
No, honestly, no, because I had no idea what was like. I have a brain fart. I had no idea what was waiting for me here in Cookville. It just. Honestly, it's more about all the values that we share together. Like we all share the same kind of values in life. Yes, I'm here for my CrossFit career, but honestly, I probably learn more about being a better dad, a better human being here than. I learn a lot outside of the gym and not just inside of the gym, and that's why I like it here. That's
who are you learning that kind of stuff from?
Oh, everyone, Rich. I learned a lot from Jake too. Outside of he's the main director here with Rich, Jim from Man Mindset. I think you guys had him on the podcast.
Yes.
I learned from everyone actually. It just there's a little something that everyone here is bringing to the table, and it's so fun and so cool to be able to learn those kind of stuff that I don't think you can learn that anywhere else.
Well, let's see if we can get you some brownie points real quick with your roommate. What have you learned from Luke Parker?
What I learned from Luke? Honestly, I think Luke teach me to enjoy every single day of my life. It's not because you have a bad day, it means the end of the world. And it's just one thing I really like about Luke is every single day. And that's what I'm going to tell is the truth. We jump in the truck to go to the barn. And he just turned up the music so loud because he's that kind of guy. He's bringing that energy to the barn every single day. Even I cannot tell if Luke has a bad day in his life. He's always smiling, always laughing, always has that energy to pump at us, to go into training. It's so fun.
So what's that music like? I did have one question listed for you. What was your favorite type of music? But what does Luke play when he gets in the truck in the morning?
Oh, it can be anything. Right now we're a lot into Jukebox Hero kind of song, Hold the Line.
He's going mid 80s.
Oh yeah, whole classic guitar solo and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh damn.
That's pretty cool.
What's your favorite kind of music?
I'm a huge country guy.
Yes.
I can't do it.
Comes Morgan Wallen. Yeah.
Now I was just
sounds too sad. I lost my tractor. I'm sorry. I can't help you with that, man. I can't relate.
Don't bring that melodramatic argument in here. I was going through your Instagram page before we started, and I saw you were making steaks the other day, but you put a Luke Combs song to it. Is he one of your top favorites?
Yeah.
Damn it! I just saw him up in Colorado a month and a half ago.
Yep.
If you haven't been and you get the chance,
I went to his show last December in Boston, and it was great. Yeah, it was great.
So,
the guy is really great, and I think he's one of the best in country. But the thing I like about Luke is his story. Starting country at 25 years old, 26.
Yeah, he was just playing
I had no
little bars
idea
in
how
North
to play
Carolina.
guitar, and
Mhm.
people were laughing at him, and now he's crushing everyone and be like,
And he failed out of college. Well, I not necessarily failed out, but like he was failing a bunch of classes, and he was like, "This isn't for me anymore." I
yeah,
will say one of the things that Jim taught, or well, didn't necessarily teach us, but like told us about Mayhem is that everybody kind of like listens to some of your guys' videos and like watches them, and they hear like the Christian music or like a country or like a not necessarily like loud, very far out there music. A lot of the times it's very calm and very like flowy.
yeah,
I've learned that Luke Combs is probably my favorite, like regular, like flat beat music to listen to while I work out. If
yeah.
I ever want to like test that, like, can I just work without having music? So it was good. It was great to hear somebody else that loves Luke Combs. So
Yep.
I was gonna say if you never got to see him, or if Luke hasn't either, tell him go see him, man. That was a great fucking show.
Yeah, I'm planning to go back see him probably next December actually in Quebec. So
Oh, that's awesome. I think he was going to do the Georgia, the Falcon Stadium. He was doing a stadium tour. His last show, I think, is coming up.
oh
But
nice.
that's out by you guys. So
The only country song I've heard in the recent like few months is like I think it was Zach Bryan. I just put it on my Spotify
Zach Bryan's
this-
getting pretty good.
yeah, Flying or Crying, and I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. So there's your one country song for me.
Oh, Jesus.
Just one, just fucking one.
So let me get back to you being a dad and talking about all the things you've learned. How long have you been a dad for?
So I have a boy Liam. I'm a stepdad. He's 4.5 now. I've been in his life since almost day one actually. I'm gonna keep that story for myself, but like I've been in Liam's life for since he's born. So he's mine. For me, it's mine. And I had a daughter, Moolah, and she's gonna turn 9 months next week actually. Yep.
Oh man, congrats, man.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
What are some of the things that you feel like you've learned about being a dad since being in Cookville?
Uh,
Because I mean, it's got to be hard being separated, man.
it's not about. I don't think I would say I would learn those things. It's just like watching other dads doing stuff with their kids that I might not be doing, or they're doing it like in a different way.
Mhm.
It made me realize like how it's fun to see like we raise our children all differently, but at the end we're all like good human beings. So it's just fun to see like different like just different way to do it. And sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I like that. I need to start doing that with my boy, and I'm gonna do that with my daughters later because I like the way they're doing it. So yeah.
It seems like a lot of like the community you guys have there is kind of you don't have a choice but to get better at all aspects of your life because you have all these decent human beings around you. Like it's like learning through osmosis. Like it just kind of happens. And what is like the if you had to leave Mayhem tomorrow, like there was no Mayhem anymore, what's the one thing you would take with you from leaving there?
Like you mean taking like an object, or like taking just
No, like ideal, like mindset. Like I mean, if you could take an object, you probably put Rich in your backpack and be like, hey,
grab all the rogue equipment. No, I'm kidding. No, I would say I will remember. Oh, that's a hard question. There's so much. I would say wait, a good one. I would say I think I will try to keep in mind that remember there's always a solution to every problem in life.
Oh, thank God someone else realizes this. Thank you, Jesus. Like
Yep.
I tell people that all the time. They're like, people ask me quite often because I like to always attack my problems kind of as a point of there is always a solution. It's never impossible. You just have to figure out what that solution is.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it's not easy to do it, or it's not easy to do or to find. But yeah, I believe there's always something you can do about a bad situation that happened to you or whatever.
Yeah, and you can't always do it alone. Like you can't. This is a team sport in a way. Even if you're doing individual competition like you'll be doing next year, it's a team.
Oh yeah, you still need a good team and a good support. Yeah, you cannot do that by yourself. There's no way.
So what is God? One of the things I've looked at Mayhem recently is it's so much bigger than the athletes. I feel like there is like that gym is literally, pardon my language, fucking huge.
Yeah.
And there's probably as many people behind the scenes as there are in front of the cameras. Who is it that you guys can give some credit to. We'll give some more brownie points, I guess. That really can help you guys. Or it really does help you guys by doing all the backside stuff. What is it like? Who are the people that we don't know about?
Dude, there's
scenes?
so many people. Like if I cannot name. I don't want to name them all because I'm gonna forget some at some point. But dude, there's so many. You don't have no idea how many people works behind the camera who help us, and like
probably be shocking to a lot of people to know.
It's how can I try? Like there's like all like the media stuff that you see. It's not only the guy who has a camera on his hand. Like there's a bunch of people working on the back, on the computer, making sure the website is fine. We have the content to post on Instagram. There's people helping us with massage and therapy and stuff like that, who help us with booking hotel and flight example for the games. Like there's that group of person. They're probably, I don't know, like over 25, 30 people who works for us and every single day, and to make sure we have the best life possible to train and make sure we train like 100% every day and make our life easier. It's just.
I mean, one of your guys' camera dudes is one of your team's athletes.
Yeah, Ben.
He's doing double duty.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, it's funny. Actually, sometimes you train him just right after he's picking up the camera and film us. So it's.
Have you gotten to pick up one of the cameras yet?
I don't want to touch that, Joe.
It's way too expensive.
It's way too expensive for me. I don't want to drop that thing. It's. I did fly the drone one time, but there was like no obstacle even close for me, so I was kind of feeling more comfortable with it. But I'm not touching those cameras. Yeah.
Have you gone out and touched the farm equipment yet? Have you gotten your hands?
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, a couple times. Yeah.
You have any good stories on the farm? We heard from Angelo about getting a belt buckle for a close contact with a buffalo.
Have you got yours yet?
Yeah, and we don't have one yet. We need to deserve this one, actually. I think we're gonna have one at some point, maybe one day, if we keep doing our work like that. But you need to deserve that one, like with hard work and stuff like that.
He said we gave him the buckle for getting such a close call, and I assume that he just put him in that situation because he's been around there so long. But
yeah,
those belt buckles look fucking nasty. Those things
they're
are
nice.
Cool.
Yeah, they're cool.
So, what exactly does Rich ever have you guys doing on the farm, if anything?
I don't know, a bunch of stuff. Feed the bison. I remember a couple months ago, actually, we had to dig a huge hole in the middle of the field because one of the pipe, the water broke inside of the grass. So there was like no water for the bison at the bottom of the mountain. So we have to dig a huge hole, make sure those pipes got fixed with Rich's dad and everything. Sometimes I'm trying to think about. We've put a electric cable on the fence for the cow and the horses, stuff like that.
I remember doing stuff like that growing up because I told you I'm from Tennessee and I grew up on a pig farm, and like we did the same type of things. Like I had to dig a well one weekend and I was like, how long is it supposed to take? My uncle goes, well, as long as it takes. And I'm like, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Do you ever envision yourself doing that kind of stuff, like having a farm or having some land like that in Canada?
There's some people who has it, yeah. And honestly, if it might be something I would like to do in the future after my CrossFit career. It's something I really enjoy to do. It's just hard work. Like it's hard work, but it's fun to do. It's not like there's no one to rush you. Like just do the work, and yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
that's good. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, what is your background though, Sam? Like what before CrossFit or after CrossFit? Like what do you do? What are you gonna do?
So I did play hockey all my life. As I grew up, I played hockey all my life. I had the chance.
Did you lose any teeth?
No, almost. Okay. I got a stick right here, some stitches, so I don't have like I do miss a spot here, but otherwise than that, I got some injury like broke my thumbs and stuff like that, but didn't lose any teeth, and so yeah, I played hockey all my life. Play some other sports for fun with friends, but like nothing too crazy. Before CrossFit, I was working in construction as a bricklayer. Is that how you say it? Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
masonry.
Yeah, mason. Yeah, and and after that, I started doing CrossFit, and here I am now.
So what is going to happen after CrossFit? I always like to ask people that question. What after CrossFit's done?
Dude, it's a hard question. It's when I was a kid, I always wanted to be in the army.
Bro, look.
Hey, brother, you're looking at two soldiers. We can give you all the information you need.
So I did actually wanted to apply 2 years ago in the reserve in Quebec. It's just the formation is that how do you say it? Formation, like the yeah. That I wanted to do is it's 2 months, and one of that month is this at the same time with the CrossFit Games.
Oh, like
Oh, so like
basic
basic training,
training. Yeah, basic
So
training.
if I want to do it, it's I have to cancel the CrossFit Games seasons. I was like, yeah, not happening, not for
Do
now.
they
So
do they only hold it during that time of year?
yeah, I asked them.
It's kind of different because in the Army in America, they're like they go year round, like all every day of the year essentially.
Every
There's
10 weeks, there's another cycle.
There's
that
another
starts.
cycle of soldiers, and like I can tell you, if you are thinking about that,
Hey man,
just go back to school. Fuck that, just go to college.
Hey, Ken, if I ever become a recruiter, I'm going straight to Sam.
Yeah.
We're
You
gonna
go
get
straight to
him.
Sam?
Yeah, we're gonna get him his citizenship. We're gonna get him a place down here in the States, and then he's gonna be an American soldier, and maybe he'll be my soldier. Who knows?
Would you ever come to America to join the Army, Sam?
First of all,
I don't
how
know.
old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, yeah, he's
Oh,
got time.
Not bad.
He's younger than I am. Jesus.
Jesus Christ, you got to get your life together, Steve. He's younger than
Hey.
me too.
Hey, man.
Yeah, so I don't know. Who knows for the future? It's a good question. I don't have any like plan B to be honest. I know at some point I might find something to work inside of the CrossFit world.
Mhm.
Maybe I am. Who knows? Like
Yeah.
I'm just thinking 1 year at a time. I still can go work in construction after that if I want to. Have a bunch of friends who works there, so it's easy for me to go back there. Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what is your soon-to-be wife? What does she do?
She works from home for a company. She's like running employees for them and everything. So she has a really great job and a great life. It's fun for her. Even before COVID, she was working from home. So that's pretty cool
Nothing's
for
changed.
us. No, yeah, it's pretty cool for us. She's not in the rush. She can have coffee in the morning. We made her like a new office at the house so she can be like more. She can have like more quiet time while she's
Mhm.
working. So yeah.
I don't know if I missed this, but shit, what was I just gonna say? How often do you get to go back, or how often do you plan to go back to your home?
After the games, I'm going back home for a while. Yeah, I've been here the whole season, so it's been hard being away from my kids and everything. They were with me here in Cookville for the quarterfinal and stuff like that, but still, it's I only went home I think 2 or 3 weeks this season to be with them. So it's I want to go back home and have some times. I'm actually having my wedding at the end of August.
Oh, congratulations, man!
Thank you.
Nice,
Yeah,
man. That's
so
awesome.
yeah, so I'm having my wedding at the end of August. First week of September, we're leaving for vacation for a week and a half.
Now, where's
Come
this
back.
wedding?
Where's the wedding?
Yeah.
So we're going to do it at the cottage of her parents
Hmm.
by the lake and everything. Yep.
Ooh.
You already sent out invitations?
Steve's like, can I come? No,
No,
you
no,
can't.
no, 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 no. We will just be wedding crashers, and we'll come show up with their kick-ass sunglasses and just give them out to
just
everybody. It'll be a wedding favor.
his wedding gift is just us giving everybody sunglasses.
Yeah.
Well, it's a party favor.
That's a party
Ken and I
favor.
just went to a wedding for a close buddy
Yeah.
of ours over last week, and honestly, it's almost my wedding anniversary in 5 days.
Damn.
Yeah, so I gave my wife a baby for her wedding gift.
Wait.
It's due October 19th. So.
Jesus Christ, Steve.
I'm sorry, Etsy's not delivering until October 19th.
From two people that have kids, you're about to be really broke really fast. So like it's gonna happen. You're gonna have
Hey, it was a good present then, huh?
It's a good present. No, it's oh god, they're like little parrots, like tiny little Hitlers. Is what I call them. Tiny little Hitlers.
It's terrible because we didn't save our wedding cake. You know how like some people do that, the tradition, like they save like a slice of their wedding cake and freeze it, or whatever. We did a bottle of wine that we put our our vows and I think a letter to each other in the like case. But now that she's pregnant, she's scared to drink. So in 5 days, I'm probably not even going to get to have the wine. But who knows? Maybe we'll do something with it. So I thought that's very interesting. So you said, are you guys going on a honeymoon right afterwards?
So no, the honeymoon's gonna be probably like in December because we have so much going on in the house after that, like wedding, vacation. Coming back from vacation, I'm gonna build a new garage at home so I can train better at home.
Mayhem athlete at
Yep.
large.
So is it so like for that type of expense, like I'm pretty sure Rogue like goes, okay, cool, we can send Sam this or Sam that, or is it out of your pocket? Are you footing the bill for that? No, it's a personal question, but I'm just wondering because I mean,
no, I'm paying for my garage.
Oh god.
As for about the equipment, yeah, it's a different thing. As an athlete, you are able to get some free equipment for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We also got to spend time recently with Jared Enderton, and he's one of those guys who was able to have a new garage gym at his place, and we got to train there this weekend. I just looked through the garage and I was like, holy! Granted, he was a gym owner, so he got to bring some of his gym equipment home when they closed that gym. But I wonder does it make it? Do you guys like? Ken, you have a garage gym. Does it make it easier having something at home? Or does it make it harder considering you're not around the people in the gym?
Dude.
Especially somebody who's in Canada compared to Tennessee, like that's obviously a huge difference. Like you're away from your majority training partners, but you're going back to individual. Do you think you're going to miss having those people around and that push?
Honestly, it's I like both. So next year as an individual for the first part of the season, I'll be home more often because I want to be with my family. And training alone it's not for everyone. I'm not gonna lie, it's not for everyone, but I do like it because I believe that if you cannot do that stuff alone, there's no way you're gonna do it on the floor. So that's my way of seeing it. Do I like having training partners like I'm here right now in Coville? Absolutely. It's like on Friday morning when everyone's freaking broke from the week, nobody wants to train. It's easier to get like the balls going to it with everyone here than when I'm alone in the house. It's just I believe that at the end of the day, it's an individual sport, so you have to be able to do that art stuff by yourself. So that's why I train at home. Sometimes I have a friend who came to my house and they train with me. They're not athletes, but they train with me and they're there as a support, and I really appreciate that. It just I like both actually. Having my alone time in the garage and home, and when I come back here, I'm just super happy to see my friend and my training partner, and it just is make it easier after. But I think if you want to really compete as an individual, do that art stuff by yourself.
That's what I like. That's the same thing that I do. Like I have, rower, C2 bike, assault bike, 400 pounds with the weights, all that stuff, GHD in my garage. And like, I think the most benefit that I get as far as training is like sitting on there doing all those rowing intervals by myself and no one can hear me. Yeah. And I'm just dying and there's a puddle of sweat sitting there. Cause if you can't do it by yourself, when someone's watching, it's still, still ass out.
No, and the one thing that's cool for me, it's even when I'm home, I'm still doing the same training that what the crew's doing here because Rich is sending me all this stuff. And if I have a question or whatever, like, hey, well, how long take you that round? Like, if you do like 8 sets of whatever it is, but if you do that 8 sets, I'm like, hey, what kind of pace did you guys hold on for that workout? He's gonna shoot me the pace. I'm like, all right, I know what to do now. So it's even if I'm alone. I'm still having like a guide to where I'm going and make sure I'm doing the right stuff and the right thing at the right moment. So
go ahead.
Yeah. No, I have like a mental question for you because like I know a lot of people that want to do what you are doing, what Rich is able to do, all your teammates and all the guys in Mayhem. Like everybody that does this at a competitive level wants to be one of you guys. And with that kind of being said, what type of person does it take to be one of you guys, the outliers, the outside of the bell curves, the ones that are really, really good at this sport?
The ones that are getting invited to the gym, just
pretty much, yeah.
I mean, there's a rule now, I think, at Mayhem. It's like you can be invited with us if you're a games athlete. Not sure if it's like officially a rule, but to get there, it depends. Like there's a lot of a sacrifice, like everyone is doing. But I truly believe that if you want to be a competitive athlete in CrossFit, you need to have so the way I see it, like with myself, is like there's a Sam, the competitor, the CrossFit athlete. So when I'm in the gym, this is the person that I am. And when I step out of the gym or my garage or the barn or whatever I am, when I'm done doing the CrossFit stuff, this is me, Sam, the human being, the dad, the friend. And I think if you can separate those two things, so when it's time to do the business thing and when it's the time to live your life as a person and a human being, it's a powerful tool because it doesn't make your job a boring one or a one that you don't want to do anymore.
Yeah.
And if you're able to have a life outside of the CrossFit, and when I say a life, I'm not saying like go drink the beer all Saturday night. It just
Yeah.
you can still go out with friends on Saturday night if you go at dinner at 6 and enjoy those time with your friends and family and come back to your house around 9, 10 and go to bed. Like it's not going to affect your training.
Yeah.
And it's going to help you to actually turn that switch, that athlete switch off for a couple hours. So when you turn it on back on the next day, you're like, you know what? I'm happy to be here. So let's do that shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did that change for you a little bit going from individual to team? I mean, everybody always says like team is a little bit looser or like a little bit more fun because you can rely on other people.
There's
I'm gonna
built-in risk.
I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. Team stuff is freaking way harder than individual stuff.
Really? Why?
So
Explain why.
everyone's gonna listen to that podcast right now from a guy who just came from individual to go to team. All that team workouts that I did are probably the worst workout I ever did in training in my life.
I can believe that.
Oh, dude, it's so much harder. It's so much harder because there's two things. The one thing is the synchro stuff that you have to do with your teammates makes you sometimes slow down your pace or make you go faster. If you go faster, it's hard for sure, but sometimes going a little bit slower makes you controlling the reps, the movement, your breathe a little bit slower than what you're used to. So for your body, it's like, whoa, what's happening? And it makes the movement actually harder to do.
It's almost like doing something at tempo.
Yeah, tempo stuff. Like if you do like, like if you do like a 4-person tosu bar, like me and Rich has a kind of like the same cadence to do it, like the same speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we know that if we're doing it 4-person with Taylor, she's a little bit slower. So making that extra stretch in her halves actually make my tosu bar harder. So it's all that kind of stuff and the team stuff, and the team training. It's dude, yeah. I actually did one of the worst workout 2 weeks ago in my life. That was actually the worst workout I ever did.
You gotta tell us what it is. Tell us, please.
So it was 3 rounds per time, 2 bikes, 2 eco bikes, split the calorie as you want. So it can be 2 girls on the same bike, 2 men or whatever. But both bikes have to be at 50 cal at the end. Into 50 warm squat, 3 rounds per time. So it's pure legs capacity. So 50 cal, both bikes. When you're done, you go to warm. You do 50 warm squat, 3 rounds per time.
Woof.
I'm telling you,
Jesus.
that workout is the worst one I ever did in my life. I never feel that kind of pain in my legs.
Dude,
how did you guys break that worm up?
Yeah, how?
50.
No, we did. So we didn't drop the bag once. First round we did. Trying to remember. I think the first set we did something like 20, 15, 15. Move the worm forward on the second cone, dropped it, go back to bike. We went back on the worm for the second time. I think, if I remember well, we did like 15, 10, 10, 8, 7, something like that for the last 2 rounds. But we didn't drop it. And
We gotta get a worm at my gym. This thing
was so painful.
It seems like a mythical creature because I've never personally seen one in person.
I don't know how heavy it is. I'm like, how heavy is this?
I mean, I hear it's heavy as fuck, but like you see it and you think of the coordination. You see some of the videos where like people mistakenly drop it too early and it like just crushes the person next to them or in front of them. And it's like a thing that until you really can put your hands on it, I feel like that thing is like a death trap. Yeah.
I had a similar feeling. I think I had like a similar feeling when I went to TBO's camp, like with James Townsend and all them. And it's like the initiation workout. And I was like, okay, this doesn't seem like it's going to be too bad. He wrote it down. So it was a 10-minute EMOM, then another 10-minute EMOM. You rest 5 minutes between. First one was 5 thrusters at 95 pounds and 10 bar facing burpees in the first every minute for 10 minutes. And you're like, okay, that's going to get stupid real fast. And then the second 5-minute or 10-minute EMOM was it jumped up in weight to 130. Actually, it was 10 thrusters at 95 in the first half, 5 bar facing burpees. Rest 5 minutes, 5 thrusters at 135. 10 bar facing burpees. And that was the worst thing I think I've ever done in my entire life. I did not finish the last 2 minutes of every EMOM, minute 8 to 10, not even possible to finish. He was telling us that Mal was the only person that he's ever seen finish it. And I was like, that is disgusting.
I mean, you're in good company.
That's disgusting, man. That's crazy.
I think while we're on the topic of sharing quick workouts, that one that we did, Ken, the dumbest and hardest workout I think I've done in a long time was that workout we just did when I went from here in San Antonio up to Colorado Springs, and naturally, I'm that idiot that says, hey, I want to train my first day here. I want to do what I can do. And Ken and I did a run GHD and squat snatch workout up to essentially my 95% squat snatch. And that was the very first time I've ever seen the blinders start to close, and to legitimately say to yourself, okay, now we have to back off because I cannot hold this. So, one of the last few questions, we're getting up here in time. I wanted to ask, what are some of your favorite activities to do outside of the gym with the people that you hang out with up there?
Here in Cookville, we like to go mountain biking. That's something we like to do here. Honestly, otherwise than that, just hanging around, go outside, do some stuff, play fun.
You guys golf?
I don't like golf. Personally, I don't like it. But just go to Rich's house and just do some football pass or stuff like that. Just moving around, do bro stuff.
You guys still riding those go-karts that he bought a bunch of months ago?
Yeah, they're racing at the gym actually, every Sunday night.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome. Do you guys have at your house, right? I can see you guys got a couple of people there. Do you guys play board games? You guys play video games together?
We don't play video games actually. I'm so tired at night in games prep, so I don't even want to play video games. But yeah, we can play some board games sometimes on Saturday night with friends, and or we go for dinner and stuff like that. Just trying to enjoy life a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. That outside stuff, like you were talking about earlier, to be able to step away from CrossFit, and especially being an individual, I can only imagine. If you have a job, I've heard some guys have a part-time job or a gig that just allows them a lot of time to train. Finding those activities outside the gym with those people, I'm sure you guys have an abundance of them, whether it's farm work or playing games or just hanging out. Do you guys ever find that you're around each other too much? Do you ever? That's an honest question for people who are super competitive. I'm sure in the gym you guys get at it, but is there ever a time where after the gym you're like, hey, I need that personal time?
Yeah. Honestly, it doesn't happen often. We like each other, everyone here, so it's fun to be around. Yeah. But you see, yesterday, Luke and Jens, some of their friends, they went to the pool in the afternoon. And
I saw he was getting his lounge on.
Yeah, and but I was just not fitting to it. So I stay home here by myself watching a movie, and actually I was it feels great to be alone sometimes. But I think it's just what's
your favorite movie?
I don't have any favorite movie actually. I did really really like Top Gun Maverick, like everyone. I think that was so great.
Did you see the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an honest question.
He's not a shut-in. Jesus.
There's people at the movie theater when I saw it. They were legitimately asking questions, and then they're not young people. They were regular adults, and I was like, "How do you come to one of the greatest anticipated sequels that, by all means, was taken off the shelf for 3 years in anticipation to put it out at the right time, and you?" During that 3-year period, don't need to see what happened to Goose. Don't need to know.
No, yeah. It's I watched it a long time ago, and I watched the first one probably a week before I went to see the second one. So Luke actually saw the movie 3 times at the theaters.
The new one?
Yeah.
He's probably walking in there with aviators. He probably had like that one white tee, riding a crotch rocket in there.
Yeah.
My last question for you, like this is it for you, man. I don't want to keep you longer than an hour because you got shit to do and you're probably tired as fuck. So
no offense, I got one more after this, but it'll be a quick one.
You're good.
My last question is like, so you have all these people and all these competing requirements and expectations of you, right? How do you kind of frame it in your mind that you are an example to somebody out there? Because somebody's always fucking watching, and I'm pretty sure you're smart enough to realize that. But like, how does that make you feel as an individual person to know that like there's a lot of people looking up to you that expect things of you, and you have like people that are probably younger than you that are going, man, I want to do that shit one day. How do you handle
There's
that?
people older than him.
Honestly, I'm to be honest, I'm not really thinking about it. It's if I start saying to myself, oh, I have to do that thing right, I absolutely need to finish top 5 in that competition for my wife, my kids, and like my family, my friends are supporting me, the MAM team. Like if I start thinking that myself every time, I think it's too much pressure on the shoulder for nothing, for no reason. Everybody knows around me that I'm doing every fucking thing every day to get better.
Say whatever you want, man.
Say whatever you want.
So yeah, they know that I'm doing everything every day to get better and be the fittest possible that I can be. And they know that when I'm going to be on that field, I'm going to give my freaking 110%, and I'm not going to be like no, I cannot say that. I'm not going to do that.
No, say it. It's fine. No, say it, Sam. It's fine.
I cannot be that pussy on the field and that's going to just start losing. So so I'm just not thinking about it, and I want to make sure that I do want to make sure they're going to be proud of me, but I'm not working my ass off like that for no reason. So
yeah, like
I mean, I think like you said with growing through osmosis or like around it, right? If you're hanging out and you're training with people who have some of the highest integrity in the sport, who are in the lead most times when it comes to like being in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. At that point, maybe you don't need to necessarily think about the people who think like, hey, there's always people watching. I shouldn't do anything bad in public. I should try to keep things in house. But at the same time, if you're constantly doing the right thing, the idea of like even loading shit on your shoulders, like what do other people think about me? I feel like that just falls off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys watched the last Tom Brady show, Men in the Arena, on Disney Plus or whatever.
Yeah.
My favorite.
It's one the only thing the real thing I really like about that show is you can see how pressure he has and like how many times the guy failed in his career, but he's the freaking god of football. And just like he talked in that show, like he didn't care at all about what people were saying or thinking about him. And like that episode when he said like fuck them all. Like that's probably my favorite episode because the guy,
fuck them all.
because the guy was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do my job and I'm gonna play football because this is what I like. And man, it's so true at the end. Like I don't care what people think about me. I don't care if you like me or don't like me.
If you haven't yet, look up his interview. What is it? It's on The Shop. It's the like little podcast that LeBron James does with HBO. But they had Tom Brady on, I believe it was like last year or something, when he was talking about who in free agency was going after him. And like some team was like, no, like I think we're good. We're gonna stick with this guy. He was like, you're gonna fucking stick with that joker instead of me? Okay, now I know.
Beat the fuck out of you.
He's like, there's something else wrong with me. This shit team thinks that there's something wrong with my scouting report now. 7 fucking Super Bowls and I'm still not good enough.
That's and that's the crazy thing. Like the reason why part of the reason why I, agreed with Steve to start this podcast is because everybody sees, Rich Froning, Matt Frazier, you, Sam, Jared, all these people that are big in business or big in the CrossFit space, and they see what people present them. I wanted people to know that you are a human being and you are this other person. Like it's not mutually exclusive for you to have to be on 100% of the time. Because right now you're 100% off. Like you're just sitting back on the couch, just kind of sitting back, having a conversation. And that's kind of the things that people need to also realize when they they go into the comments section, like on your Instagram page or on the CrossFit Games page, and they go, well, Mayhem, they sucked at this, or like they're going to win this. Like, hold on, pump your brakes. These are human beings. Like these people have feelings, they have competing requirements, they have all these things going on, and
Yeah, No, yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, I think for us, on the men's side, I was even for Team Earth, Joe, it's a little bit easier because us dudes, we like to be strong, alpha, like nothing can hurt me. So at some point, like we can maybe be a little bit better, like at that kind of game and letting those comments, like those bad comments on the side, even if sometimes like yeah they can affect us. I think on the women's side though, people has to be careful, like it's those girls are putting so much work outside and like especially like we've been talking about the kind of like the buddy type of CrossFit girl for the last 2 years and
Yeah.
how the girls get affected by that. Yeah, people needs to be careful with that. The girls
Yeah.
are what the girls are doing. It's amazing,
Yeah.
and like if the girl is super muscular, it's maybe not her fault. Like her genetics is like it's like that. So,
Yeah.
but she's crushing it, and she's maybe like you know what? She's freaking top five of the game for the last 2 years or 2 years. So I
And
think
I'm
she's
gonna
doing what she's doing is right.
and since you said that, I'm gonna share this. Like, Amanda Barnhart put this up, a day or so ago, and it's kind of like her essentially being honest with her life
Yeah.
and her training. Like, for a woman to do the things that the men are doing, it creates so many more changes in their body. It's so hard for them, And she was like very like open about it, and I wish people would see this side of it as well before they go, oh, she's too muscular or da-da-da, or she doesn't have a butt or these things. I'm like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, Amanda
like,
Barnhart has a butt. Let's not
yeah, but like
not be rude.
I mean, but even saying that still, like, these people are doing something that they're essentially putting their lives out there for everyone to see. They're doing this thing that requires them to not have other aspects of their lives, a lot of sacrifice, and like that's respectable, and people should respect that.
Yeah.
It's also for the last I don't know, couple thousand years, it's not been the woman or the prototypical like woman's nature to do these types of things, like lifting heavy things and moving all that stuff. Like it's only relatively recent in the last 100 years that women have done this. So it's like that's not natural, and it's like that's not true. That just has not been the societal norm for the last couple thousand years.
Yeah.
So I think those kind of people are just assholes. Most of the time, if you look at who they really are, like if you look at their picture, you're like, all right, cool. X out of that. I don't need to say any more, say any less. Last question before we let you get out of here, Sam. Being a part of Mayhem, being a part of that culture, I know we've talked about it a lot so far in this episode. Who, perhaps outside of like your roommates, who have you grown the closest to necessary? Who maybe had become a mentor, somebody who you have literally just gravitated to since you've been there, and that you would.
I mean, it's hard to answer, but like I always say, Jim Ensel for sure. It's yes, I did my man mindset work with him, but even after that, we keep talking, we keep growing our relationship together, and Jim is probably one of the best friends I have right now in the world. Jim is the guy I can go to him and tell him anything I want, even if it's bad, good, even if it's mean. He's gonna listen to me. He's gonna answer me with a right way to answer me, and make me think about it and stuff like that. So Jim is really someone that is really important for me in my life right now.
That's good.
I will never thought in my life that I would have that kind of relationship with Rich. Rich for me, it's not my coach. He's not the guy who I work for. He's my friend, and that's something I really like about me and Rich. Is like we can be bros. Just like me, I mean, Luke is the same. Like Rich and Luke are in the same category for me. Like I can say all that shit to Luke, and I know he's gonna be mad. He's not gonna be mad at me, and he can be like an asshole with me, and we're gonna laugh about it.
Yeah.
And so for Rich and Luke are two guys here that are super important for me too, also in my life. So I always say like Sam professionally, the athlete, Jim, and so he's also my friend. Don't get me wrong, but like I like Jim. He really helped me with my career as a CrossFit athlete. And Rich and Luke are just like, the two bros that you want in your life, and you're able to just being bros with them.
That's awesome, man. I think I reaffirm what Ken said earlier. This is why we started this podcast. We get to talk to people and get those backside stories and just get to chat with some pretty cool, awesome people like yourself. I'm super thankful that you answered my DMs. I'm sorry if I
Yes, man.
sent you the
Sorry,
same DM
take me a while. I'm actually trying to pass less time on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's
We
this
totally
time of season is
understand.
hard, but
There's so many, like, you guys, I'm sure, especially Luke, let's be honest, probably gets a lot of DMs. Okay.
yeah.
He can roll through his DMs for days, probably.
Oh yeah.
And at some point, you just got this one dude that it says the real Steve Holt. There's no blue check mark, so it's not like he's the real anything. And you just got to try to read that DM and be like, oh, shit, man, thanks for the interest. Like, let's do something together.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go. Let's make one after the games. Why not?
Oh
Yeah, man. We can
Oh,
definitely do one after the end. We'd love to talk to you after that.
I'll be at the game, so I'll walk up to you and be like, high five. Or
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah, come
And
to
then,
me and say hi.
by any chance, are you coming down to the BCS Classic?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I cannot answer that right now.
Okay, well, if you're going to be there, I'll be there. I'd love to
Nice.
see you. If you can, give Luke a quick reminder at the end of this. I'll definitely slide in his DMs again.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
That sounds so creepy. Every time you say it, it sounds so
It's
creepy.
creepy, but it's fun. And you know what, man? At some point, hopefully, I'll get to talk to Rich, and we can. If not, I'll try to hit him up while we're at the Classic. But if he does, by any chance, mention us or be like, hey, like these guys are shooting me DMs, give him a good word. We'd appreciate it.
Absolutely.
But for Ken and Sam, I'm Steve Holt. This has been the It's Not All Black and White podcast. Sam, thank you so much for coming on, my man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.
Take
Yeah,
it easy.
love you.
Bye. Love you too. That was so sweet.
He said, I love you.
He said, I love you. That's so awesome.
God damn it, man. These
I
Cookville
feel
people
good.
are fucking.
Oh my, their hospitality. See, that's
They're
people from
fucking
Tennessee. See,
I think-
those
hey,
are
I
my
think we-
people.
I think we found our sign off.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That
That
was
was-
pretty good. That was very generic, but it worked. It fucking worked. Shit.
Hey.
No.
All right, we're doing pretty good. That was a great episode. I really enjoyed that with that
Yeah,
guy.
that was really good. He seems like he just had very straightforward answers about everything. Like he was just very like, okay, yep, this is that, and just can flow the
Yeah,
conversation.
he doesn't necessarily push me as a guy who I don't want to say he doesn't have interests outside of CrossFit, but I think he has singularly focused part of his life around the people in it and the thing he's doing. And that, like, perfectly fine. I'm assuming when we talk to Rich, we'll have to be very prepared with like an abundance of questions that all lead into the next thing, because that'll probably be a Joe Rogan-esque interview. Where it's like you will only have like your next question.
40 minutes.
Your next question has to be lined up with what his answers are.
Yeah.
And the topics will have to we'll have to try to guide him through topics. Not like he doesn't know how to talk to people, but for two dudes that he doesn't know and probably will have not met yet, unless you get the chance to meet him. That'd be great if you can, because you're charismatic too.
I'll do it. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my computer and my mic just in case I catch him at the Classic and he's like, "Hey man, yeah, we could do one tonight or tomorrow or something."
Because there's like the day off of the games, and like I talked to a couple of people that want to do it, and I was like, okay, yeah, like that'll probably be the best you can do.
Let me fucking know. I'm gonna tell work, hey, I'm taking that 1 day leave, but if I have to, I'm not coming in on Monday. If I have to fucking stay in College Station to get an interview, you're like, Rich, better fucking believe I'm gonna be there. You guys can shove that shit.
College Station's nice. I like it.
So let's throw on this Gooder thing. We can pull up their website and all that stuff. We'll give them a little shout out. I think we were still talking to Chris, right, about making sure that all this stuff flows.
Yeah. It's easy. It's not difficult, but we just need to.
We have to come up with the how we're getting all that behind the scenes stuff done here shortly.
Oh, very, very quickly. Wait, did I pick the wrong thing? Hold on just a second. I picked the wrong slide to share. Oh, wrong one. I'm in the wrong screen. Give me a second.
I think that podcast was like I don't want to say a next level thing, but I feel like it flowed really well.
Oh yeah.
I think like the Chase Ingram one was like a trendsetter, and then that one right there, that was like a hey, this guy can talk. We can talk with him.
Can have
I
a
think it went
conversation.
really well.
Can you see that?
Yes. So for all of our listeners, if you guys are watching on YouTube, which I don't see anybody doing right now,
It's fine. People will look at it afterwards.
Whether you're doing that or whether you're listening to the audio show a couple days after this drops, if you guys are going to go outside these days, it's getting fucking hot, man. It is well above 100 degrees here in Texas right now. Colorado was spiking up into the mid-90s. If you're going to go outside, it's super bright. Do it in a pair of fucking gooder shades, all right? Don't get caught outside just blinding yourself off the pavement. Go out and get a reputable, very respectable pair of shades. They come in all different sizes, styles, lens colors, the works. And you know what? When you get to tell them where you got them from, people are going to ask, and you're going to have to explain it. You're going to have to be your own little salesman. But the cool thing is each one of these comes with a kick-ass name. So when you tell them this kick-ass name, understand it's going to be appealing to them, and you're going to look like a badass for doing it. So if you have to tell somebody you're wearing a pair of ginger soles, and they're like, what are you talking about? They're fucking black. You'd be like, yeah, man.
Like a ginger soul.
Do you get the joke yet? Or are you just going to keep being a fucking – you're going to be a boomer for much longer? That's the first time I've ever used that comment. I feel dated for doing it. But okay, go ahead, give them a quick scroll. So for those of you guys who are listening through the audio show, they have the Hallbrooks looking sunglasses, right? Those are those Oakley ones where they're a little squared off at the edges. Okay, they have the rounded lenses for those people who are trying to get all stylish and they're trying to look all cute and cool and preppy and modern. They have them, all right? The other things that they have are they have the thin lens, okay? Then they have the thin running board that goes around. I don't know what the fuck that's called, that goes around the side of your head, right? But they have them different lengths, different widths. They have what is that one right there? The neon flux capacitor. I like that style, and that's
neon.
Not neon.
Yeah, VRGs. They fall in the category of VRGs. They have the little like split right there. Like
yes.
They have continuous like lenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw a pair of these at the wedding that we just went to. Is actually one of Jess's parents' friends, and dude, I was like, oh hey, what kind of sunglasses you got there? She was like, they're this new company called Gooder. I was like, well, you know what, Dodie? Fuck.
Funny story.
I know this goddamn company because you know what? They just so happen to pay the fucking boys now. Okay. We are a semi-professional. I call it semi-professional because it's only one payment. Okay. Semi-professional podcast. And we're being paid to say this stuff. But you know what? We wouldn't be pushing this shit if it wasn't the best. All right. Gooder is now the official sunglass sponsor of the 2022 Noble CrossFit Games. Okay. So you know that CrossFit has dabbled with Reebok. They've dabbled with Noble now. They have the Fit Aid. They have all the other companies on the side.
Victory Grips. They got
the whatchamacallit, the belt company. What's that one? It's not BlitzBelts.
Is it Element 26? Yeah.
Two Pood's a big one, but no free shout outs. Fuck Two Pood. Okay. They're not BlitzBelts. All right, go get yourself a pair of BlitzBelts off of our link tree. But Noble CrossFit Games, they dabble with a bunch of companies, and they wouldn't sign another great company if they weren't good products, and we wouldn't be pushing them to you guys if they were also tested and proven through our own eyes, literally eyes, work through these sunglasses, okay? We wear them when we lift. We wear them when we run. We wear them outside. Fuck it, I'll wear it inside. I've worn them inside on this podcast multiple fucking times. They're fucking amazing. Okay. Whether you're talking about the different colors, the different lenses, the styles, you guys can pick and choose from a wide variety of these. I think the best part of them, if I had to give mine, you can give yours if you want. I like that piece on the inside that keeps it level with your head. Right. Doesn't allow them to move too much, no matter what the activity you're doing. It's that rubber steel on the inside. Yes.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I know a lot of glasses try to do it. I think these guys have it down. I don't know what the material is made out of, but it's fucking phenomenal. Ken, if you want to, do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite pair?
I don't know. Black on black?
Where was the one? I think there was a pair. They were like the see-through lenses, essentially, but they were still polarized. I can't remember what they're called. They're a blue frame.
Yeah. By the way, you guys get polarized lenses on these depending on your order and which ones you're going after.
There they go. They're the blue shades of death.
Blue shades of death. Oof.
Yeah, let me show those.
That's pretty cool. That sounds like some Mortal Kombat shit.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. Wait a minute. Here we go. Blue Shades of Death.
Oh,
Right there.
Is that for
And you can
blue
do it.
light?
Yep. It's
Oh,
nice.
fuck!
Yep.
I better be getting a pair of them. Boys.
They're going to be in your box that they're sending you. So along with your Carl. But yeah,
So
I
now-
wear these when I'm sitting at the desk.
So now I also
work from
need
home.
everybody to, if you're not on YouTube, you're doing it wrong. Okay, first of all, go to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit a comment. That's what's gonna help us with Gooder. Okay, if you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, we need you guys to go drop a comment. Right, give us a rating,
review.
5 stars. 5 stars. If you come at me with that 4-star bullshit, you better have a comment that tells me how to get better. If not, give me a 5-star because you know what? If I get less than a 5-star, then I'm going to reflect it on you guys, the listeners, the same way Uber does for their riders. Okay. And then if you guys are shitty listeners, we're going to block you.
It's like, would you go to an
I'm just kidding.
Airbnb
We're not
and
gonna block
ask?
you.
Would you go to an Airbnb and ask for just a 4-star review? I want a 5-star, right?
That's shitty, man.
So you
I
do
want that
all the shit that
3-star.
you do all the shit you're supposed to do to get that really good review.
We're a 3-star Michelin podcast. Okay. If you guys
Actually,
don't know
it's
what that is,
5-star, Steve. 5-star, Steve.
no. Michelin rating on restaurants is only 3 stars. And there's only 14 Michelin restaurants in the United States that are 3-star. Okay.
Mhm.
Those are the restaurants that they tell you, like, hey, go out of your way and make a trip just for this restaurant. We are a 3-star Michelin podcast, self-proclaimed. Okay. We don't
Sick.
actually hold a 3-star. I might put like 3 stars right here and make it like a baby decoration, but to me, it's because we are a 3-star Michelin podcast. Okay.
That's what I'm gonna put up there. I'm gonna get a banner made and stick it right up there.
I really do. Like, I want to pull some attention back to those blue light glasses. You don't have to pull them back up. But the fact that it said, like, wearing it for activities such as playing video games or being on your computer,
Yeah.
they're paying, or they're not paying. They're putting the idea already in your head for, like, a reason that you wouldn't normally want to wear blue light glasses. So they're not only are they giving them to you at a very fair price of $25.
$25.
They're giving you blue light glasses that
30-day
look
warranty.
ass, right? You probably look like a fucking super spy while wearing those, right? You look like one of those British agents.
I look like Clark Kent.
Kingsman. You are Clark Kent. You're Ken
right?
Clark, right? Okay. So they're giving it to you at a great price. They're giving you the recommendations for obvious activities, but then they're giving you the recommendations for the not so obvious activities. This company is giving us everything that we need. They're investing in the boys. Please go out. Let them know when you buy them if there's one of those note sections, or go down to the contact us company link down at the bottom of their website. Let them know the boys sent you. Okay. It's going to help us out in the end. And then when you're done with that, just go back over to our YouTube and our iTunes page or Spotify, wherever you get your podcast.
Clickety clack.
Let them know. Let us know. Okay. And then let the
comments.
Let the algorithm know that the fucking boys on It's Not All Black and White are doing some fucking good shit. All right. And that way we can keep going to all these athletes and getting them to come on the show. I'm sure if Luke Parker knew who we were because you guys commented more, you'd have a better rating. I could be like, hey, Luke Parker, come on the show. You'd be like, man, I was waiting for you guys to have me on here. Instead, you guys are making me look like a fanboy and DM him 35 times the same.
If you want to see Luke Parker with his shirt off for half the episode, leave a like, review.
Hopefully that doesn't turn anybody off.
Hit the alert button. I'm a straight man, but he's got a nice body.
You got Rich Froning on this show.
Yeah,
you guys are gonna have to start commenting and leaving reviews.
It could even be go fuck yourself, and we'd be like, hell yeah, like that.
I would very much like that. I like that when people tell me to go fuck myself. It just means I go touch myself in the other room, and by the end of it, we're done.
Yeah, lots of Kleenex and tears.
You guys can help me. Okay, help me. Help me help you.
Help me touch myself.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, basically.
Lord knows Tammy's not doing that.
That's what.
All right, let's get out of here, man. I gotta go see Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh God.